Hello, I'm Nick. Welcome or welcome back. I'm freaking back to talk about my babies. Today we'll be learning more about Alex. In case you just landed here, this is the second video of a series that I'm doing talking about the characters of my future rap comic. So if you haven't seen the first ones, I would recommend you to go watch it as it had some important info about the world settings and you get to meet my baby boy, Charlie. But if you just want to hear me ramble about this little freak, feel free to stick around. I'll give you all the info you need in this video. So let's start. Okay, so let's get the basics out of the way first. Please keep in mind that nothing here is definitive. I'm still working on the bare bones of the history and stuff are prone to change in the future. So don't get attached. As you probably already noticed, his full name is Alex Carter. None of them have actually set in stone ages, but they're either on the late teens or in the early 20s, the later being the most probable. So 18 or over it. He's a cis guy, and as you may or may not have noticed, he's pretty damn gay. Also, I kinda forgot to mention in Charlie's video, but he's bisexual. Regardless, Alex lives in the more poor side of the island with his mother and young sister Chloe, which I did a sketch in this video, but I still haven't worked on her design that well, so please keep her appearance here as a placeholder, okay? His dad left when his mother was pregnant with Chloe and have only really reached out a few and far between times, leaving Alex's mom to take care of the children and finances on her own. So they're not on the best economic circumstances, but they make do, and they're happy together. Alex helped his mother to take care of his sister and is always glad to give her a little break after she's home from work. Anyway, breaking out of the family talking a bit, Alex is best friend with Angel and Tommy. I will go more in depth about them in their own video, but I gotta mention them here. The three of them have been together since they were childs, as the twins' parents are friends with Alex's moms, and they even were neighbors for a while. So they are pretty much inseparable. I think I will keep the specifics of their relationships for when you guys know more about all three of them. So instead I'll share a little something that I've been working on. It changes some stuff on the history, but I think it also helps to make it a lot more interesting. I decided to put them in a band. I'm still working on the details of it since it's one of my newish ideas, but I think it's definitely a cool concept to include. I will have to do some searching to understand how music industry actually works, but I also want to make it I also don't want to make it the focal point of the history. As I said, I'm still in the early stages of developing, so I'm still maturing some ideas, but I'm sure I'm figuring it out eventually. For now, Alex is their drummer. I think his more energetic personality kind of matches it. I'm still deciding on a vibe for their music, but I definitely want something alternative, or around this general vibe, you know? Also, I'm pretty bad at naming things, so I can already tell that I'm going to struggle with the band name a lot. The comic itself even doesn't have a name yet. Yeah, those are problems for future me to deal with, I guess. Oh yeah, and I don't know where to put it, so here's a little extra thing. Alex has a cat named Felix. I haven't drawn him much, but he is here. Okay, so now let's talk about Alex himself in a bit more detail. He's overall a really big extrovert. He loves being the center of attention and quite enjoys partying. He's super energetic and seems to be really self-confident, or at least that's what he wants to convey. He loves annoying people for sport. Making him go insane is definitely his love language. So especially because he actually gets mad. I was going to say that the two of them butt heads a lot, but I think what actually happens is Alex irritating Tom and him getting mad. So Alex can be a bit obnoxious sometimes, but he never means any actual harm. In the end, he is a lovable friend and adores being with the few people he's close to. Oh yeah, I almost forgot to mention. Alex have a couple hobbies besides the band. Two to be more exact. He loves flowers and gardening. I imagine him having a little garden in their house and spending a lot of time at his local flower shop. And also, maybe he even works there, maybe has a part-time job perhaps. Not sure yet, but it would be a nice thing to add, right? He also really likes photography. He does this one just for fun, but I think it's so cute to imagine him taking pictures of his friends and putting them in a photo album. I bet his Instagram feed looks really nice, huh? I'm not sure how to pass to the next subject about Alex, but something that is really important to you guys' knowledge is that Alex has a bit of a horror fame that may or may not be justified, but hey, what's wrong with having some fun, right? Okay, I'm not sure how much of this is spoilery, but to sum it up, someone Alex held close to his heart is unfortunately not here anymore. So, as a way of trying to cope, he viewed himself reaching for the worst things under his power, aka wandering about beds and smoking. He doesn't exactly love this lifestyle, but it keeps his mind occupied, so people say that he's a heartbreaker, that he uses others and leaves them abandoned when they fell in love with him. But that's not entirely true. He never means to get anyone hooked. He tries his best to stay distant and to not get attached to anyone, because if he does, he can't help but feel like he's replacing the love of his life. Oh, wouldn't it be amazing if he found a certain special someone to help him get through his struggles? Anyway, that's all you guys are getting for now. Let's move topics. And let's talk about his design a bit. Well, I actually don't have much to say about the thought process of his design. He has pretty much stayed the same for a long time, and his design choices lean more on the I did it because I like it territory, you know. I imagine his hair to be naturally red and he dyes this black ombre on it just because he likes how it looks. I kind of recently gave him ear enlargers and I think it really matches him. I have been stalling the longest to design his main outfit. I'm not sure why, but he has been the only one of my outfits that I just haven't been able to find a fit that sticks, even though I love his aesthetic. So I took this video as an opportunity. I really like the overall shape and design of the clothes I came up with. I think it's a nice balance between his more grunge vibe that he always had and his more twinkie side, you know? I'm actually not sure if this look will stick around. I think it's nice, but I'm not sure if it is the vibe that I went for Alex. Again, it's more of a placeholder. I'm still working on everything of this history, so everything is just concept art for now, okay? Plus, I'm still a bit indecisive about his shirt color. I made those 3 options and I really don't know which one I like the best. I guess for now I'm sticking to the red one, but you guys let me know which one you prefer. And I have to say, something about it did not translate as well on his full body as it did on the small chibi thumbnail. But I'm sure I can make it work. I think it ended up a bit too busy. Definitely will work on that and on the design on his shirt too. I kind of just did whatever. Now onto the actual intentional part of his design, and the part that I always forgot to include. Alex's tattoos and heart pendant add both things that correlate directly to that one dear person of his that is not between us anymore. I still have to do his tattoo's actual design. I'm still just stalling to do so. It's just so hard to get to a nice design. I think you can kind of see the direction I'm going for. So for now I'm just slapping the Ep2 rose brush and going with it. And speaking of roses, I think Alex and his loved one used to garden together and they especially like roses for some reason. So those are a big theme on his design, in case you couldn't tell. The pendant that he wears was a gift from the person themselves, right before shit hit the fan. It's one of those pendants that can hold a photo on them, you know? Alex loves it dearly and never takes it off. I really like the idea of him playing and fidgeting with it all the time, especially when he's nervous. I just think it's a cute little habit to add, to make him feel more human, you know? And for it being a so important thing to his character, I seem to always forget to add it to his drawings. I don't know what it is, but I just... Anyway, in the end, his design definitely is still some working, and I will for sure need to simplify it and adjust for doing the comic. But I am almost there. And overall, that's all I really have to share about him with you, at least for the time being. There are going to be 2 more videos for this series, so 4 in total, cause I'll be putting the twins in one video only. So if you want to keep hearing about my characters, please remember to subscribe so you don't miss the future videos. And I will be really glad if you gave this one a like and commented something. And if you want to see more art from me, go check my other socials. Links will be on the description. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.